Unfortunately, many kids get exposed to very traumatic events when they are young. These could range anything from them getting hurt, someone else getting hurt, someone dying, physical abuse, car accidents, medical trauma, and a whole lot more. Here to talk about that and how it's treated is Claire McMahon-Thomas, a clinical social worker and a therapist here in Albuquerque. Good morning, Claire. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Okay, let's talk about signs that kids have been through some sort of trauma. How is this something that parents could know about?
Well, there might be situations that the kids are just completely avoiding, whether physically or they don't want to talk about. They might be having nightmares. They might have distraction at school. They might not be able to pay attention anymore. So different things like that.
Okay.
Overreactions to things as well.
Okay, here's some of the lists that you just talked about. Hard to focus, avoidance, you mentioned, extreme
Right.
reactions, kind of just checking out and maybe going, or regressive, going back to other things. There are two different, well, there are a number of ways you treat it. Two we're going to talk about this morning. First, one with a sword here. I feel like I'm on Game of Thrones. You talk about experimental play therapy.
Well, it's experiential, actually, and what happens is the kids, their play is their work. They're trying to make sense of the world and their lives. So what they've been through, they're trying to figure it out. So they will come into the playroom, and once they think I'm safe, they will play out what's happened to them.
Okay.
And so, and that can go from a whole range of different things, from, you know, somebody's been yelling at you or whatever. Then they go through a phase where they may regress in age, and I got to warn the parents about that, because they're like, oh, I brought my kid to therapy and they've regressed, you know, they're acting like a baby.
Not a bad thing.
That's temporary.
Okay.
It's an opportunity for them to do more bonding, more attachment, and healing. And then the fun part, they get to what we call annihilate the perpetrator. That's why I brought these along.
The swords.
Yes,
and
yes.
there's some shields back here as well.
Right. You take the shield and the sword, and they come at me, and they're like, you know, you're the bad guy, so they're going to get me. And, of course, I fall down, hopefully on the couch or whatever. And it's really wonderful to watch these kids go from scared and sad to kind of angry and powerful to then just fun and joy-filled, like kids should be.
So it kind of sounds like the experiential play therapy is kind of like a catharsis for kids in a way.
It really is. It helps them work it all the way through. And it was created by Byron and Carol Norton. I want to give them the credits for that. It's really kind of a genius.
Okay, the other thing that you do, you use this little interesting machine. It's called EMDR.
Yes.
Okay, so what is this? How does it work, and how does it help kids and even adults too?
Well, the EMDR, it's a mouthful. It stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, but they're starting to just call it adaptive reprocessing.
Okay.
Bilateral stimulation, whether it's with your eyes or with your tapping or with your ears, and that's where we've got this here.
Okay.
Helps take that trauma that got stuck out of the lizard brain and process it through.
Okay, so that's
I
this
turn
little
this
thing you
little
work. I'm going to try this real quickly.
Yeah, this will have the lights flash back and forth, but it'll also have the sound go back and forth, and you'll feel the buzzer go back and forth. And so what you would do was call up an event that was stressful for you, and don't put yourself in the event. Watch it like it's, you know, like you're watching the TV screen.
Okay.
So you don't re-traumatize yourself.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of go with whatever the thoughts are and the feelings are with the therapist's guidance, and it helps you get unstuck, because that stuff is stuck in your nervous system. It helps you get unstuck and move on through.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. It feels good. I like the little vibration things here. This is very good. This is all stuff that people can do in your office or with other therapists around town.
Absolutely.
Claire McMahon-Thomas, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
You're
I'll shake your
welcome.
hand real quick. It's
All
good
right.
to see you. And thanks for bringing all the toys. For more information about this, you can head to our website, casa.com, click on the CASA blog.